How's it going, everybody? I'm here to do a little bit of clearing up of some stuff. A lot of people are angry about this page, but we'll just start all over again. This page isn't meant to hurt anybody. This page is about stopping the bullshit. When I was 9, I was raped by a family member, and it was brushed up under the rug. And I went through 20 years of confusion, who I was, why me, and everybody said, shh, just don't tell. Whenever I addressed the issue, everybody wanted to blame me, hate me. Why? You know? Imagine 1985. Imagine having homosexual thoughts or confused about who you was. If you anywhere near my age, you know that shit wasn't even accepted back there in 1985, didn't you? It wasn't happening. So, like many other people, I masked it with drugs, alcohol, just trying to fit in. The one that raped me at 15 years old, he come to my mom's house and introduced me to crack. He used to hold the can and light it for me. That stuff almost killed me. God took that away from me, though. He took it away. I went throughout my life just looking for love. That's all I ever wanted. I had mommy and daddy issues bad. My aunt and uncle, I've written a book about this, but my uncle was hard on me, but he made me the man I am today. He built this resilience that's in me. My aunt, she was amazing. She didn't take no bullshit now. She put it on my ass a few times, you know. There was no abuse. A lot of confusion because my aunt, my family's, their mother, my grandmother never hugged them, never said, I love you. She died at an early age. She was 42 whenever she died. 42 or 46. I think she was 46 like my dad was. But my grandmother had a rough life. You know, if you read my book, she got a pot of grease poured on her head whenever she was like 2. So she had a brain tumor. So she had to have some brain surgery. She had to have her lung removed. She had a rough life. And my mom and none of her siblings said that she never hugged them, never said, I love you. They didn't know how to love. You know? My mama told me for the first time whenever I was 17, I had done too much cocaine. And they had me at the hospital. You know, thought I was going to OD. I was 17 years old. She said, she told me then, I love you. I didn't hear it again until I went to prison. I was a lot of confusion in my life, you know. And I went to prison. And I come out a sex offender. And the first time I come out, you know, they tell you about all these programs. Oh, yeah, they're going to help you. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. And at the time that I went to prison, that was the biggest charge that was going. L&L. You know, it's bad right now. You can get caught pissing in public and you're going to jail for indecent exposure and you're coming out a sex offender. And let me tell you something. I'm not downplaying that charge at all, period. Not at all. Because if you go to jail for it, there's a question. You go back second time, I think you need a fucking bullet. You don't make two mistakes. Not like that. My thing is, with this right here, if a parent sells their child, touches their child, I think I want to change the law. They need death. But it's not going to happen. But they need minimum life in prison. God gives us children to protect, not to pawn off. And it's going on too much in life. You know, you look around and you see that perfect house down there with that perfect family there. That's the motherfucker, you know what I mean? But we're not here to judge, because it's not me to judge. Because one thing I've said before, no matter what somebody does to you, they still God's child. It is our job. People say, you know, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. It ain't always. Sometimes he's going to reach out and touch you. He's going to do what he do. But that's his child. We have to bring them to repentance. You know? So, whenever I got out, I went back for 30 months and come back January 2013. I got out. And I went to work at a staffing agency. And I met my buddy Willie. Willie was a good person. He used to show me the pictures of his wife's cooking. The other took care of him. Then whenever I seen it, I said, wow, there is real love left, you know? But long story short, this family become my family. I love them more than I spent more time with them than I ever even thought about spending with my family. My big mama, wow. It was like she was my birth mother. Whenever I was out on the road, up until last year, she called me more than my own mama did. You know? I love the ground this woman walked on. Do anything for her. She did the same thing for me, though. You know? This ain't about convicting nobody. This is about defending my fucking name. I made a lot of mistakes in life. But I'm going to tell you, January 2013, I was standing on the rec field of Jefferson CI. I have older children. I made a lot of mistakes. I was on drugs, selling drugs, just doing dumb shit. So I prayed to God, God, give me a chance to do it the right way. Let me be the father that I'm supposed to be. Because I never had one, because I thought my uncle hated me. And he didn't. He just made me a hell of a man. He showed me tough love. He didn't know nothing about love either. But I watched him how he loved my kids. But see, that's how grandparents are. That's how parents are. They grow up. That's how I am. That's like whenever, you know, I've known Dee Dee since she was about 16. I always wanted to save her. The most precious thing. She got some fire in her now. But all the shit that you've seen her write about me on Facebook, that's not her. That's that anger and build up all throughout the years, because in February, I come home in January, got my boys. We stayed at in town suites for like 20 days till I got this house. You know, I had to get it right. It's not bougie, but it had to be right. Had it all painted, had some things changed, you know. But I got this, you know, I spent a lot of money just to, this is my kid's house. you know, and everything was fine. March, I bought her mama a car, and she never asked me. She didn't ask me for it. She showed it. I just stopped by my buddy. He's got a car lot. Bianca, that woman work. She ain't scared to work. She get up and go every day. She's always been that way. You know, she never cared too much about me. But we understand each other. She sat here one night, in fact, right after I bought her the car, and well, no, she was sitting here, and I co-signed for a loan for her, and well, we was talking about my business and blah 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 blah, and she found out that my company made almost $2 million from October of 2020 through 2021, and she just started acting real weird. I kind of did it on purpose, you know, because I know what they're about. So she's got Dee Dee convinced that I've got money tucked away somewhere, and that she's entitled to it. I don't have to, but I got documentation going all the way back till July 2020. JCL was born April 2017. And we had our issue, and I told her to go be young. She gave me what God promised me. JCL, he's not my biological, but let me tell you something. That's my son. He's just like me. He liked to work. I'm a workaholic. I know it. But I got a lot of people that depend on me. Grandma say, JJ, I need, guess what? She come in, I come into town from Louisiana last year, beginning of last year or something. And your son's messed up my couch. Don't worry about it. I went and bought her a brand new living room suit. Whenever Grandma said I need, she got. She got it before Dee Dee, because y'all don't know Dee Dee. Dee Dee never really asked me for nothing. She asked me to get her hair done. She wasn't no money hungry, never has been. Money don't make her. The beauty that I seen in her was that pure heart that she's got. And it's still there. Her mind's just tainted, because she don't let they control her. Always have. But don't nobody judge her, because it's not her fault. She's really an amazing woman. And if she could get out from their claws, she's going to be somebody. She's going to be somebody. But like I told her, go be young. I didn't go tell her to have 3 more kids. But hey, choo-choo come the next year, May of 2018. Whenever he come out, he looked just like my son Jonah. You know, he's about 3 weeks older than his son. You better tighten up. I said, I don't fuck with white people. But he's like, he gets that skin from his grandma, because he just spit an image of his grandma. You know? As I said, just like my family, they didn't know how to love. They don't know what love is. They think they do. But childhood traumas, just like it affects the majority of the population. You know? These people have run my name through the mud, but I love them. Can we go back to the way we was? I don't see it. Do I wish anything bad on them? Hell no. You know? Grandma's got diabetes, and it runs rampant in the family. If she said she needed a kidney right now, she'd have it. I'd give it to her. You know? That's love. Because I finally, not all the way where I'm supposed to be, but I'm loving him like Jesus, you know, because what did he do on the cross? He prayed for the ones that were murdering him. And that's what we're supposed to do. JCL, That's my everything. And I love Choo Choo too, don't get me wrong. I put my name on him in 2021 because I grew up, my sisters and my brother, they all had different, my mom was married 3 times, you know, we all had different dads. But I didn't want the boys to be confused. It ain't right. And the next year, whenever baby girl come, April 3rd, 2020, Dee Dee went into labor. And we were laughing. I took him to the hospital. And I said, she yours this time. And they went in there, and I went back to Hubbard Street. I was redoing the house. And they called me and said that baby, that she lost the baby, that baby died. Let me tell you something. I've never had nothing crush me in my life. Dee Dee did not deserve that. She was up under a lot of stress because she was with a real fuck boy, you know. But I buried Java as mine. She's a Snipes. Well, we had her cremated, but on the death certificate, that's mine. You know. I still got her little footprints. You know? Still got her clothes that she had. But March of this year, this is just one of them. My company in the last 3 months of 2020 made $700,000. Last year made like I said, it's right at $2 million in 15 months. And that's what her mama seen. And she went to plotting. All this fuck shit is about money. You know, we had JCL, and they seen him, but he was with us the majority of the time. Was it a problem? Hell no. You know, in 10 months I paid $7,500 for him to go to his school. They didn't want for nothing. They're never gonna want for nothing. I still got $400 in clothes in the closet with tags on it. It ain't about being bougie. It's about making sure they got what they need. Always been that way. That's just how I was raised. But I'm a good daddy. All that bullshit they trying, because let me tell you something. They think that if I go to jail or if I die, that everything I have is hers. Right. She can't even file my Social Security. I've already said this one time before. I've got all that blocked. Because whenever I made my first $1 million, then she let me put Choo Choo. I've been trying since Choo Choo was a few months old. Let me put my name on him. Blood don't make you family. Because open up the door and let him in here. Now, Choo Choo's called three different people daddy. Because whoever she's with, she tries to make the boys call him daddy. Brainwashing. This is dumb. I'm the only daddy they've ever known. I'm the only one that's teaching them stuff. But shit that's going on, I don't blame Dee Dee. It's greed. And it's not hers because she ain't never been greedy. Never. So this divorce thing is just, it's really gotten real bad. But it's going to work itself out because God got his hand in it. Because I'm going to tell you right now. If I was guilty of anything, I'd have done been in jail. You hear me? But I would never hurt my babies. Never. It's not who I am. I wrote a book, Family Secrets and Then Some, Breaking Generational Curses. My great-grandmother run a whorehouse. She sold my great-aunts. The fuck? It's my job to break that shit. I live 3 blocks from her house. There's a store right down here past the railroad tracks where I live that my grandmother in I think it was 19, I don't know, it was like the late 30s, 40s. She shot a man for $2, which in today's time, probably like 47, almost $50. She would go down here and get the sailors and do what she do. But who am I to judge her? Can you imagine what a woman back in them days was? People say I don't belong on the east side. Yeah. My blood runs deep in these streets. And she told my friends, family, I guess, about the YouTube channel, But her and Mari didn't get. Whenever Mari died, she had blocked him because she was shining. I had sent her give her $1,000 or something, and she shined like, my man takes care of me. And Mari went on and said, that ain't your man money, that's JJ money. And I'm not talking about her man either. Not at all. I went to Puerto Rico and lost everything. And Grandma, she said, well, you're going to never stay down long. I said, it ain't in my genetic makeup. My first wife used to say, you fall in a pile of horse shit and come out smelling like a rose. I always had a joke. I don't know why, but God loves me. But I know why he loves me. I know why I've been through all the shit that I've been through. It's to bring awareness to the bullshit that's going on. So, April, let me tell you something. JCL been bathing itself since, I don't know. I have an issue. I don't bathe their prop. You know what I'm saying? I went to prison. You feel me? And I don't let my kids see me with my shirt. I don't do that. I don't let that, not my shirt, none of that. Because I teach them. But I'd say, JCL, wash your ding ding. He said, huh? Your dingling. Huh? He said, huh? I said, the thing you pee out of. And he would wash himself. Because we've never made it, he didn't, you know what I mean? Why? We never brought it to nobody's attention. You feel me? We don't make that a subject. Choo choo, he can't keep his hands off of him. And I've had them analyze, I've had a specialist look, deal with them. And she says that's, the older black females, they tell them, because I went to Grandma and said, somebody touched him. She said, no. She said, I told him he's a good looking boy, but he kind of short down there. So you got to pull on it. Who the fuck does that? Nobody ever told me. I'm not used to that. You know what I'm saying? It's just not used to it. So the things that's going on, it's bad. But it's a learning curve. Because when God's favor is on somebody, you can't tear that down. And I'm not going to tear none of them down. Because they've all had a rough life. Grandma's had it rough. She's had it rough. There's a lot of things that I know about that family that they don't even know I know. But it's not for me to sit here and bash them. That's not what I'm doing. I'm getting some shit clear. Because I Am Moving Forward was born whenever I cut my fingers off. Because I stayed in the past. Or I was, if you stay in the past, you're depressed. You stay depressed. If you live in the future, you got anxiety. I'm working on living today. I'm healing. I've been healing. Because had I not been in the healing process, about 3 weeks ago, I'd have entertained eating a bullet. Because the shit that's going on, I never loved nobody like I love Mari. Was we in a relationship? Hell no. But we had a bond. And no matter what, we wouldn't even be speaking. And he'd take up for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Gemini. Our fault, what we've fuck up most is our loyalty, because we loyal to the death. But see, I started setting boundaries, because a person will only treat you how you allow them to treat you, and I just don't put up with the crap no more. You know, have you ever noticed that whenever somebody passes, the people that were never there or that couldn't be depended on, they're the loudest ones in the church? All throughout the last few years, I'm going to tell you right now, ain't but one person that I've seen up there whenever I was up there. You know what I mean? Most of the time he was there by himself. Whether I flew in from Louisiana, or drove in, or it was like we had a telepathy thing going. Like the last time I seen him the week before he died. It's like nobody called me. I said, damn, something told me to call to check the hospital. And I went up there, you know. It's like we could talk to each other in our head, you know. It's just like I said, we sat out there days and days and days and days and days, you know what I mean? Not for almost 5 years in front of his granddaddy's house. But, and then my friend Casanova died. I met Maureen Casanova the same day, July 2017. And I was with Casanova the night he died. Somebody made a comment and take my daddy's name off. Bitch, where the fuck are you? You know? You wouldn't know. There was a gentleman there with long hair. I can't remember his name. And then I come there because I talked to him. He just got out of the hospital, and I brought him what he wanted. He wanted some Japanese food. And while I was there, he pulled that thing out and his pipe. I had to go. I smelled death. I just told him I smelled death, man. You got to stop. He died 4 hours later. But I'm a medium. I communicate with spirits. I don't think I'm crazy, but he knew it was his time, you know? So I could be in Puerto Rico or whatever and just reach out. He'd just be on my heart. It's like we were connected spiritually. So I've been there, you know. I was there for him. We didn't have to see each other. We'd go 2 or 3 months without talking. Whenever we got together, it's like, you know, it's like me. That was my brother, you know. That was my brother, and I loved him. Anybody that knows Cass, he passed out in my car one day, 2017, 18, something like that. And I had to pick him up and carry him in my mom's house. And I told him, I said, Mom, I'd never disgrace his name. I said, Mom, he's sick. So he stayed there for a day and a half, sleeping. And I never looked at him as anything other than my brother from that day on. You know? Let me read you something. You know the definition of compassion? It says the sympathetic pity and concern for the suffering or the misfortunes of others. And that's what I'm an intuitive empath. And I have compassion. Even though you keep stabbing me in my fucking back, take it out, clean it up, and hand it back to you. I don't do that shit no more. But know the facts before you judge anybody. Because like that man over there, you can't see it, but Tupac, only God can judge me. And as I say, if I was guilty of anything, I'd have been in jail, baby. One thing about it, whenever I prayed for it, God give it to me. How he works it, who'd have thunk it? Believe that. There's a lot of pain because they don't care about, like I say, it's like nobody thinks of the kids. My mama went and got JCL and Choo Choo, I don't know, whenever he got to my mama's house, I was in the kitchen. He run in there and run into my arms. I broke down and cried. I've never loved nothing like, there's nothing like, blood don't make you family, but I love my babies, man. My daughter, Mina, just like JCL. That's the bond that we had. So, like I say, before you judge, know the facts. I'd never hurt my children. Never. That stuff is shit. Let me tell you something. They shot it. They took a shot at something and it backfired. Because the day that all this went down in May, she picked him up April 18th. I didn't see him again until May 28th or 20. I think it was 28th. I'm not even gonna go into it. But she made them do some things, and it wasn't her idea. That's why I made that video of JCL. Because whenever I seen what was going on in that bathtub, I come unfucking glued. Because that is taught. It's not something that kids do. It's not common, not at that age. Maybe get 10 years up into your teenage, you might want to, but that shit ain't happening. And the goddamn sure ain't happening in my house. The one thing about it, no matter what you think about me, well, no matter my sex, there is no public show of affection. I don't have nobody around them. Sorry, not me, not who I am. Because that confuses children. That's what I told Dee Dee. So I've been single for so long. How can I bring somebody, me and her, whenever she's over at grandma's, we chill. That's my friend, that's my dog. Because no matter what the fuck we go through, ain't nobody else gonna mistreat her. Sure ain't, because I'm coming. She need me, I'm coming. That's life, because she give me my babies. She's had it rough. These pregnancies have really fucked her damn health up. But like I say, know the facts before you try to judge anybody. She's a good woman. Is she the best mother? Who is? You feel me? But I hope this touches somebody. Because it's not about me. Because there's thousands and thousands of people out there that have been through the same shit that I've been through. They've been through the same shit that you've been through. God puts us through things that so we can, we got to take our pain and help somebody else. Not wallow in our misery. You know why he puts so much on us? Because he knows we're strong enough to take it. They started calling me the chosen one in prison. Because I'm an alchemist. I can take a negative situation and turn it into a positive. Or just deplete all that anger. Just get rid of it. Know your purpose. Like I say, this page is not for guilt. It's for awareness. And if you don't have kids, you don't understand. The mistakes that our parents made, let's try not to make them on ours. Break the generational curses. Break them. Because whenever you stop, you don't even understand. People say, let them rest in peace. The only thing that dies is the flesh. Our spirit lives on. Our spirit, our soul is thousands of years old. Like I say, just be humble. And before you judge, know the facts. I love y'all. And like, share, subscribe. Give me a reason to post. It's like God put this on my heart to do it, just like writing that book, just like the second book. And my next book, it ain't gonna be nothing nice because I ain't sugarcoating shit. I sugarcoated a lot of stuff in my book. And as I say, it ain't about who did what. It's about the healing process. And we all got some healing to do. So, I hope this touches you. And if you're one of the people that's been talking about me, slandering my name, I love you. And I forgive you. But you got to heal. You got to do your shadow work. I'll see you next time.